Good evening. Today is the 8th of June. It is a Saturday, and whilst most people are watching television having barbecues, I'm recording this video about the top 10 best-selling cars of May 2024, such as my dedication to bringing you the up-to-date automotive content on this channel. So this video is going out a bit more quickly than last month. I've never actually done a video before where I was talking about 2 months ago in it with this series, but this one we're back on track. So May 2024 was sort of really a continuation of the same sort of trends we've been seeing for quite some time. Rise in electrification, rises in plug-in hybrids, the forbidden fuel becoming less and less popular, all these sorts of things. But there are some surprises in here. One of them is the fact that actually the private sector is in decline. The fleet and business sectors is experiencing growth, but the private sector at the moment seems to be in decline, and I don't quite know why. The other surprise is that actually some super minis we thought would have disappeared completely off the chart and wouldn't come back, they have returned. So I suppose that's good. Let's have a look first of all at the overall sort of power source mix, shall we say. Start off with a forbidden fuel. We can't talk about a diesel, which is a very small minority of cars in this country now. They actually sell more plug-in hybrids now than engines with forbidden fuel driving them. People keep going on about this and saying, why are you talking about this? It's great. And it's like, well, the new car buyers don't seem to want them anymore, regardless of anything else. So soon there won't be anything to talk about, I don't think. So the market share in May 2023 for them was 7.6%. It's now 6.2%. And the number of cars sold has gone down from 9,200 to 11,000. From 11,000 to 9,200 last month. That's a 17% decrease. So yes, fewer of those than plug-in hybrids now. Talking of plug-in hybrids, let's look at that for comparison's sake. So in May 2023, only 9,000 of them were actually sold. When I say sold, I mean they were registered at the time. That's for the sake of argument, I just call them sales because it's just easier for me to remember. Last month, 11,900, so they sort of flipped in place with forbidden fuel cars. It's a 31.5% increase, despite the fact we don't have any form of government grants for buying a plug-in hybrid car anymore. The market share has gone up from 6.2% to 8%. With normal petrol cars, there's actually been a bit of a decrease. The market share has gone from 57% to 55%. And that's, when you look at the statistics, not that many cars different from May 2023. Sort of 83,000 versus 81,000, but that's still a 2.1% decrease. Against the market, it's actually up overall by 1.7%. With battery electric cars, there actually is still an increase, although this will probably slow down as, supply outstrips demand at the moment for a lot of them. So market share for them was about 17%. It's now 17.6%, 6.2% up. Number of cars sold has gone from 24,500 to 26,000 last month. For hybrids, standard hybrids, things like the brand new MG3 Hybrid Plus, the video on which has just gone up on the channel today, the Toyota Corolla Hybrid, the Kia Niro Hybrid, there's loads of them. And this has seen an increase as well. Market share was about 12%, it's about 13%. Number of cars sold, percentage changes about 10% up. And those numbers are about 18,000 to about 19,500. So overall the market is up by 1.7%. Let's look at now the private fleet and business sectors. The private sector is actually down quite considerably. It's down by about 13% in comparison with May 2023. And it's gone from 66,000 to 57,500 for reasons I don't quite understand really. I'm not entirely sure about that. Market share has dropped from 45% to 39%. However, the fleet sector, and of course fleet sales do make up the majority of registrations now in this country. They used to do as well. Market share of it is now 59%, used to be 52.5%. It's a 14% increase. Number of cars sold has gone from 76,000 in May 2023 to 87,000 last month. The business sector is very tiny. There's been a slight increase. Market share has gone from 2.1 to 2.3%. The number of cars sold has gone from about 3,000 to 3,400, and that is a 9.5% increase. Now, the part of the video that you've all actually probably clicked on the title of this for, the top 10 bestsellers of last month. First is even for me, this is a surprise, the Kia Sportage. Now, the Sportage is no stranger to the top 10 bestsellers. In fact, actually, overall this year, it's it was in second place. But to see it top the list again, when this new model was actually released, it was January 2022 it was released, from memory. It was the top spot, and it is again 4,202. Second place for Ford Puma, that, no surprise, is actually number one spot. Based on the old Fiesta platform, we do Mr. Fiesta on this channel and many other places as well. 3,800. Then the Audi A3, which is actually in number 4 position overall, so it's the top selling hatchback in this country. Why people keep thinking that Audi, BMW and Mercedes are anything more than attempts to market quite ordinary cars with what once were premium badges, I don't know. They are more expensive, but they're just so common. Like, you know, an Audi A3 outsells the Golf, outsells the Astra, outsells the Corolla. Like, you're not making in any way an individual choice by buying an Audi A3. There's nothing wrong with it particularly, but it's just, you know, I'd rather buy a Seat Leon or a Skoda Octavia because they're just the same, all of them underneath. Yeah, but anyway, third place for the Audi A3 throughout 3,000. Fourth is the Golf, 2,900. Fifth is the Corsa. The Corsa's back in the top 10 now, and it's just entered 10th place for the year overall. 2,700. Then the Polo, actually 2 sales less. I'm doing approximate figures here, so both of those are just under 2,700. 7th is the Qashqai, no surprise. That's in number 3 position overall this year. But so 2,600. Then the MG ZS, which is a surprise to me. I've not seen the ZS in top 10 for quite a while, actually. That would be both the petrol version and the electric version. Given in mind the ZS actually came out in 2017, this generation, although there was for the heavy facelift in 2020 for the petrol and 2021 for the electric version. That's not bad. The Tucson, which is very similar to the Sportage underneath, both about 2,600, and then the Duke is in 10th place, about 2,500. Next is the favourite part of the video that I have, which is where we look at how each individual manufacturer is actually doing in comparison with May 2023. Look at the market share, number of cars they sold, and the percentage change. Abarth doing okay, I suppose. You've got to bear in mind that if we look at the sales figures of the last 5 years, we're still not anywhere near what we used to be. We're not even anywhere near where we were in May 2021. The reason why the May 2021 figures were very good, comparatively speaking, is because May 2020 was a bit of a washout. It's got a pent-up demand. We're not back anywhere near what we used to be, sort of say 17, 18, 19. Just so you're aware of that. So Abarth, they sold 38 cars last month, 35 in May 2023. Market share's gone from 0.02 to 0.03, and about a 9% increase. So well done, Abarth. You can, I think, still buy the combustion engine Abarths, but it's mainly the electric ones I think they're selling now. Alfa Romeo, I don't know if this is the Junior or Milano or whatever it's called. I don't think it's been launched in this country yet, but Tonale, that kind of stuff, Giulia, the Stelvio, they've actually had quite a good month. In May 2023, they only sold 111 cars and now sold 234, and the market share's gone from 0.08 to 0.16, so it's sort of doubled. Actually, percentage change of that is 111% up. Alpine, the figures are so low, I'm not really going to comment on that. Audi, for some reason, despite having a really, really high-selling car, the A3, Audi haven't had necessarily the best month. It's actually about 10% down on last May. The market share has gone from 8.1 to 7.2. Number of cars sold has gone from about 11,000 to 10,600. Sorry, 11,800, 10,600. Yeah, it's not the best, but you know, over 10,000 cars in a month isn't bad. But it's far better than Ford sold now. Bentley, 38% decrease. Market share has gone from 0.08 to 0.05. Number of cars has dropped from 109 to 68. BMW actually had an increase, and they almost beat Audi. They're the two brands at the moment vying for top position, which is, to me, that is sort of bizarre. Volkswagen, you know, obviously tend to outsell both of them, but yeah, it's quite close between the three of them at the moment. 29% increase. Market share has gone from 5.5 to 7%. Number of cars sold has gone from 8,000 to 10,400. BYD, or Build Your Dreams, as some of the early cars used to say, they've now got three models on sale: the Atto 3, the Seal, and the Dolphin. They're actually up by 2,738%. When you go from 21 to 596, that will, you know, result in some quite strange figures. Number of cars sold have done that. So market share has gone from 0.01 to 0.4. Not bad. Chevy, we don't count them. Citroën, not the best month for this, although, you know, usually we could be down to this stage in Stellantis brands and we're not looking at very good figures, but actually the first two were good, so this is an anomaly this month. 4.8% down. Market share has gone from 1.5 to 1.4. Number of cars sold has gone from 2,200 to 2,100. Not much of a change, really. Cupra, still selling things like the Formentor and the Born, up by 20%. Market share has gone from 1.3 to 1.6, and number of cars sold has gone from 1,900 to 2,300. Dacia, number of cars sold has gone from 2,500 to 2,700, so that's good. Up by about 6%. Market share has gone very slightly up from 1.75 to 1.82%. Deus, not very good. Fiat, not very good either. We'll deal with Deus first. 73% down. Market share has dropped from 0.14 to 0.04. Number of cars sold has gone from 200 to 54. I wouldn't be surprised if Deus is either discontinued in this country at some point or discontinued altogether worldwide, which would be a shame because they've made some interesting cars, but they can't sell them. Fiat, not very good. I think we need some new models personally. There's about 600 coming out soon, if it's not already out, and maybe some others, but yeah, some of that lineup is very, very old now. Tipo dates back to 2016, although it's the worst car in the world. I prefer the very rare saloon version they made in 2019 and 20. The other one is just not my preference, but there we go. Yeah. The 500 and the Panda probably need replacing at some point, don't they? They're both on a platform that dates back to 2003. So yeah. The sales for Fiat gone from 950 to 523. Market share has dropped from 0.65 to 0.35. That's a 45% decrease. Fisker, I don't think we're even going to bother with Fisker. That's another story in itself. Ford, who were almost outsold by Hyundai this month and were outsold by Kia, and oh my gosh, they were almost outsold by MG as well. Who would have thought it 5 years ago when I reviewed a 2019 MG3 exclusive that MG were going to almost outsell Ford? What a strange world we live in. But yeah, anyway, Ford has gone from 11,000 to 7,500, probably due to the Fiesta not being sold, I would imagine. 31% decrease. Market share has gone from 7.6 to 5. Genesis, I love Genesis cars. I keep saying this, but I don't think anybody cares what a small minority of people think about them. And the warranty package being good, and the standard equipment being good, and the prices being competitive, and them being really nice to drive, and being some good colours. Nobody's ever heard of them, despite their best efforts. And the Genesis brand's been folded back into Hyundai, I think, now, so there's no separate Genesis showrooms anymore, which is a shame because they're very, very good cars. Nobody cares. They just go and buy Audis and BMWs and Mercedes like they always did, despite so many better attributes of those cars than the predictable opposition. So 45% down, market shares dropped from 0.07 to 0.04. Number of cars sold has gone from 104 to 57. Aura, or GWM, Aura, the car formerly known as a Funky Cat, now known as the Aura 03. I think that's the only model I got on sale here. So we've got 206% increase for them. Market share has gone from 0.02 to 0.07, and number of cars sold has gone from 33 to 101. So that's good, but I just don't know. I'm not sure I drive an Aura 03 or whatever they call it. It's not really me, I'm afraid. Honda, good news for them. The number of cars sold up by 18.3%, and that's 1500 to 1800. The percentage has gone from 1.04 to 1.2. Hyundai, a very good month. Not quite as good as Ford, but almost there. They sold 7,100 cars last month. They sold even more in May 2023, about 7,300. So the market share has dropped from about 5 to about 4.8, which is a decrease of about 2.1%. Ineos, not the best look. 86% down. Number of cars has dropped from 182 to 25, and market share has dropped from 0.03 to 0.13 to 0.02. No idea what's going on there. Jaguar. Now, I'll probably do a very vague vlog about Jaguar at some point, because they've discontinued everything apart from their SUV range, which I think is probably a mistake. I thought it was a mistake with Volvo when we did that as well last year, but that's apparently what people want. So market share has gone from exactly the same, actually, 0.92. And we've had a very small sales increase of 1.6%, which means they still sold around 1,350 cars. Jeep, very, very good. This is probably the Jeep Avenger, I should think, here. So 203% up. That's very impressive. 98 to 297. Market share has gone up from 0.07 to 0.2. KGM, formerly SsangYong, renamed KGM beginning of this year. When I go out to have a look at the figures actually below here. So in May 2023, SsangYong sold 125 cars, which is 0.09% of the market. In May 2024, KGM sold 131 cars, which is 0.09% of the market. There we go. Kia outsold Ford quite comprehensively, although not quite as good a month for them as it was in May 2023. Very small drop of 0.7%. Number of cars sold has gone from about 9,000 to about 8,900, and the market share has only dropped from 6.2 to 6%. Land Rover had a good month, 40% up. Don't know if they've got a new model they've just released or something, maybe the facelift or something. I don't really keep up with Land Rover very much, so I couldn't tell you. But anyway, up by 39%. Market share has gone from 2.3 to 3.2. Number of cars sold has gone from 3,400 to 4,700. Lexus, who I would prefer to any other of the brands like BMW, Mercedes or Audi, to be honest. Well, Genesis I think is even better. So 8% down. Market has dropped from 1 to 0.9%. Number of cars sold has gone from 1,450 to 1,350. Maserati, figures so tiny it's not worth bothering about. Same with Maxus. Mazda, down by 4.7%. Market share has dropped from 1.6 to 1.5. Number of cars sold has dropped very slightly from about 2,300 to 2,200. I'm hoping to get a Mazda 2 for review, not the new hybrid one, the standard one. They're still selling that. I think those are very good cars actually, so hopefully we'll get one of those at some point. Mercedes-Benz, 34% up. The market share has gone from 4% to 5.3%. Number of cars sold has gone from 5,800 to 7,700. So they've actually had a very good month. MG, yes, I talked about the new MG3 that's out, and various other models they've got. They just everywhere now. The growth over the last 5 years in particular has been extraordinary for them. 15% up. Number of cars sold has gone from 6,300 to 7,200, and market share has gone from 4.3 to 4.9. Mini demolished by MG. Completely demolished, unfortunately. Maybe that new version of Mini they've got out isn't selling in big numbers yet, I don't know. So 13.5% down. Number of cars sold has gone from 3,000 to 2,700. Market shares dropped from 2.1 to 1.8%. Nissan, very steady, almost exactly at the rate of growth for the market. 4.5% then and now. Number of cars sold has gone from 6,500 to 6,600. It's a 1.82% increase. Peugeot, like their colleagues at Citroën, they've had a decrease even more pronounced than Citroën. So 13% down. Market shares dropped from 3.6 to 3. Number of cars sold has gone from 5,200 to 4,500. Yeah. Polestar, not good. Not good at all. I wouldn't be surprised if that brand gets withdrawn in this country entirely soon. It's not gone well for Polestar. 70% down. Market shares gone from 0.7% to 0.2. Number of cars sold has gone from about 1,000 to 314. Porsche, a decrease. I don't quite know why. Who knows? Don't drive many Porsches on the channel. I think I've driven, it's 3 ever on the channel, or ever in my life actually. The last one was a Cayenne, which was a V8, and it was pretty interesting. very early one, 2003. But this is today. So 32% down. Market share's gone from 1.3% to 0.9%. Number of cars sold has gone from 1,900 to 1,300. Renault, a very good month for them. Is that new Megane E-Tech thing doing well? Because I've seen a few of those now. Fully electric, that one is. And there's a new Capture out, or rather it'll be out of showroom soon, I think. 59% increase. Market share's gone from 1.6 to 2.6. Number of cars sold has gone from 2,400 to 3,800. Seat, very good month for Seat for some reason. The rumours of Seat's demise are grossly exaggerated. 1.4% has gone from 2.4%. Number of cars sold has gone from about 2,000 to 3,600, and that's an 81% increase. Skoda, they always outsell Seat in this country. 17% up as well, so that's good. Market share's gone from 4% to 4.5%. Number of cars sold has gone from 5,700 to 6,700. Excellent. Smart, not the biggest increase of all, but still quite a big increase. 825%. Obviously, that's new Smart hashtag. One thing that they've got now is selling well. Number of cars sold has gone from 16 to 148, and their market share has increased by 10 times to 0.1. Subaru outsold KGM and actually done very well. May 2023, they only sold 134 cars, now it's 182, and their market share has gone from 0.09 to 0.12, which is a 36% increase. Number of cars 134 to 182. Suzuki, 8.2% increase. Obviously that new Swift, which looks interesting. I don't know if I like the styling particularly of it or not yet, but there it is. It's gone from 1.3% of the market to 1.4. Number of cars sold has increased from 1,900 to 2,000. 8.2% increase. Tesla, who seem to have much kind of smoother sales figures than we used to have, but don't seem to all sort of come into the country at one point and then none for a few months and then some more anymore. 8.3% decrease. A number of cars sold has gone from 3,400 to 3,200, and the market share has gone from 2.4 to 2.1. Toyota, they have had a decrease of 18%. Market share has gone from 5.7 to 4.6. Number of cars sold has gone from 8,300 to 6,900. Is that new CHR just not very good or something? Anyway, Vauxhall, they're going to release the Frontera soon. Yes, you heard me right, the Frontera, it's coming back. So 32% decrease. 6.1% of the market to now 4.1. Number of cars sold has gone from 8,900 to 6,000. Volkswagen, again, the biggest seller in this country now, by far actually. They've had a good month, 15.6% increase. Number of cars sold has gone from 11,700 to 13,500, and the market share has gone from 8% to 9.1%. Volvo, 18% increase. So obviously it's not a complete failure of them discontinuing the estates and saloons, apart from, you know, for sort of fleet orders like the emergency services. But it's sad for lots of us actually. So market share has gone from 3.3 to 3.9%. Number of cars sold has gone from 4,800 to 5,700. Overall, 1.7% up. 145,000 cars sold in May 2023. Last month, 148,000. So, that was the top 10 best-selling cars of May 2024. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video in the comment below, and we shall see you again next month for some not particularly penetrative market analysis.